Hello. So with a bit of luck, you would have just seen my last presentation about why you want to do this strategy. And you would have seen to build a conveyor belt, you really do need to use a specific formula so that people keep seeing very specific content so that they actually learn to trust you, so you get the right amount of touch points, and so that you're actually what we call building a spider's web. So wherever people go, they will see you, okay, if they're looking for what you've got. Okay, so first of all, we want to begin with, I'm going to assume that you are just starting online with this particular video. If you're not, we can still use this, okay? But this is something that's really powerful right now because there are so many people using online platforms to gain attention. I want to show you a really quick way of building what we call a warm audience. That's an audience of people who've actually stopped to look at your content, very specific content, and who've sat for a whole minute to watch what you've got, okay? Now, it's really important. The reason why is that you want to be able to attract your ideal type of prospect, person, client, customer, whatever you want to call them, because if you're attracting everybody under the sun, then you're not going to have very specific content for anybody in particular, which means that they will go and choose somebody who does. Okay, so if they can't really work out if what you've got is actually for them personally, it's very unlikely they're going to come to you for your service. Okay, so you need to first of all work out who that is. We have another specific exercise for doing this. So if you want that exercise to work out who your ideal clients are and how to target those specific people, so only the right people come to your audience, drop me a comment below and I will send you what we call our ideal client exercise. Okay, that's a quick one to do. Now, today though, I want to show people how you can actually build a warm audience specifically with your ideal type of person, client, customer, prospect, so that you can keep getting back in front of just those people. Okay, this is really powerful because if you only have so much advertising budget, you do not want to be advertising to the whole world. You want to be keeping that budget just to keep getting your specific content back in front of the right people who actually are interested in just your service and what it is that you can provide, okay? This is essential. Otherwise, your budget is spread too thin and nobody's going to buy from you. What a waste that would be, eh? So, right now, we're going to set up these very specific videos, okay? We call them goodwill, or some people know them as power content, but that is irrelevant because right now you just need to know that these are 3 to 5 minute ads. They are horizontal, shaped like a YouTube video, so it feels like you're not selling at them, that you're actually teaching them something that they need to know. And the whole point of these ads is that they call out your ideal customer. They have a line underneath so they know that they want to stay and listen to you. And if they watch 25%, okay, 25%, then they go into your warm audience. Okay, why do we want a warm audience? This is gold, yeah? Because if you can build an audience of people online and you know exactly what your service does for them and how you can solve their problems, you can keep popping back up in front of them with really specific content, okay? And oh my goodness me, there are so many things that you could do, but the most specific one is that you can show them who you are, what it is you can do for them, so that when the time is ready for those people to buy, they know who to come to. You've already built trust. Now, you may have seen one of my videos from the other day about the new Google Analytics that they put together for statistics and stuff. And it's common knowledge, because Google put this out everywhere, that people need to see 7 hours of your content right now, on average, for them to even trust you. We're actually in a trust recession in 2025. Let me put what year we're in when we're doing this, because I know we've done years and years of videos now. We're in 2025, okay? Over the last 2 years, it's become harder and harder to actually bring people to you. People have been spending thousands on funnels, worse and worse, okay? It's been getting to a point where people have been losing 80,000, 90,000, hundreds of thousands on these bloody funnels, excuse my language, and expecting to get a return on their investment, and they haven't been. People have lost their savings because they didn't know how to use a funnel, how to support a funnel, okay? Now this is a bit of a tangent, but I wanted you to understand that this is a very simple strategy that works, okay? I think it's based off television, to be honest, because you only go and watch the TV programs that you know you want to watch. So anyway, if this type of content here is put for a specific audience, let's put those here for the triangle for those who know. So you've got ideal people. These are the people who you know that if they work with you, if they turned up and you met them, you'd go, crikey, my service is what's going to help you get the result you're looking for right now. If you can get these to those people, okay, those people will know without a doubt that you are the one. Okay, and why is that important? Well, if you're not getting back in front of the people who you can help, what's the point of doing any of this? Because you're not going to sell anything unless people know you're there. And that's the point of all of this, okay? Now, I'm going to pause while I wipe my board because it's a bit of a mess. I need to make it a bit tidier. Okay, so quick, I'm going to try and keep this on the point because I know I can get a bit excited about this stuff. So it doesn't matter what currency you're in, to be honest. I mean, with the pound being a bit stronger, you could probably put a little bit less, but I wouldn't. Because if you're doing this right now to gain attention, if you can manage £5 per ad per day or $5 or euros per day, you're going to get a massive volume if you follow our strategy, okay? Now, you want these to be very specific 3 to 5 minute video ads, okay? They need to be something called, your headline needs to be polarizing. What the heck does that mean, eh? You want something that actually calls out your specific type of ideal client so that they stop dead in their tracks. Okay, so this is where copywriting skills come in really handy, okay? And then you want to put in something we call a promise of value. Promise of value is essential because if people don't stop, and then if they don't watch your stuff and know why to stay, then none of this will happen at all. You won't get anywhere at all. You don't want to just be a viral video type person either. You want to be consistent. You want to be consistently grabbing the attention of your ideal audience and getting to watch your videos, okay? So to do that, you need to bring in value and you need to be able to call out those problems that your ideal clients have so they want to watch because they can see that you know how to help them, okay? Now, that's a subject for another day as well, but that's okay. So right now, I want to show you how this system works. If you pop out 3 to 5 minute ads each week, it'll be 105 per week. That's not going to break anybody's bank. I hear that coffee's expensive these days, so you could easily do that if you have 3 coffees a day, apparently in the UK. Same in America, or something about eggs or something. So you want to bring in the volume, okay? Because obviously the more people you can bring in who your service is ideal for, the more chance you have of chatting to the people who could actually serve right now. And if you work out how many customers you can serve, now the majority of people who are watching this probably could only deal with 5 to 10 clients per month because you're probably serving your clients in a particular way to make sure that they get results. Otherwise, what's the point, eh? So imagine you'd want to work out how many people do I need to speak to every single week to be able to sell my service. Now that's something called magic math. That's for another subject for another day as well. But we know from experience over the last 2 years or so that if we can bring in 500 25% video views. Why is it 25%? Well, we know that 25% of a 3 to 5 minute video is enough for Facebook to save that data on platform of that person, which means that we get to build an audience of people who are actually interested in what you do, showing that they obviously want what you've got or know somebody else who wants what you got, which is ideal, and they're interested in you. Okay, so what's easier to sell to? An audience who doesn't want what you've got or an audience who's looking for what you've got? I don't know about you, but I like the people who are looking at what I'm doing, okay? So once you've got an audience who's interested, you can start making sales, basically having conversations with people. we're looking for 2,000 per month because we know right now there's a lot of competition. So if we know that the maths right now is if you bring in about 2,000 per month, then you will have a large enough audience to start talking to your audience who actually needs what you've got, because you'll have a certain percentage. Now, the next thing is, we know that only 2 to 3% of these people are looking to buy. So the last video we did, which you would have just watched if you're going through a sequence, is the conveyor belt. Okay, we did a football analogy, football field. We did an American football field, and we've got here, we've got people who are not ready to buy, okay, which is the 97, I don't know, I wrote 2, that's quite interesting, I'll think about something else, 97 to 98% of people who are looking for what you've got, okay, and then you've got like the 2 to 3% of people who want to buy, yeah, but who everybody else in the market are targeting right now, okay, which is what makes those ads really expensive, okay? So you want to go for the ones who are thinking about it, and then you nurture these in your football field. I don't know how they make a football field that looks like this. And by putting content out consistently, and I put out content every day just because I've got things to tell people, because I get really excited about what it is we do. So I've always got things that I want to say to people. And I know from consistency, my audience knows what I'm up to. And then when they are ready, they just come to me, okay? And that's a beauty, because when they actually reach the point where they want to buy, I don't have to sell anything to people because they already know what I'm doing. So they're just basically, Tina, can you help me? I'm like, yeah, of course. What do you need this time? It's much easier for me. So the more content you put out, especially if you're using things like stuff, influence, you're actually busting false beliefs as well. So when people come, if you've been doing this properly, there's none of that icky sales going on. I hate icky sales. I can do it. I hate that psychology thing where you've got buyer's remorse and stuff at the end too. I'm actually on somebody's course right now because I love watching people do this process of sales psychology, where I like, if I see someone's really good at copywriting and sales, I actually sign up for it because I like to see what they're doing and seeing if it's any different to what I'd experienced before in someone else's sales process. And nothing's changed. And I still, watching this, and go, well, I know this person knows how to sell. I still don't feel very comfortable because I'm observing and thinking, everyone in this room is being brought on a little journey. And I know that they're going to get to a point where they're expecting something that they're not going to get straight away. And they're going to have to put work into this. And they're going to feel upset about it because they think it's going to be easy from the way it's been sold to them. And they're going to end up wanting their money back at some point. So, especially with those things like guaranteed to get your money back and all that kind of thing. That's actually quite mean to people, if you ask me. Much better people know in advance what it is you do, if it's something that they need, and then for them to come to you once they're ready, because they know that they want what you've got. Okay, so that's the whole thing. So my ecosystem, okay, literally is 3 £5 ad. You could actually spend much less on this. You could do it with £1 a day if you want to do it. Just, it goes much slower, okay, as you can imagine. Same with anything, isn't it? Put more fuel in the car, it goes further. It's the same thing, okay? So you could actually do this organically. But because there's so many people selling right now and so many people online, you can do it organically. And you want to do a lot of ads, you want to do a lot of videos and be very, very specific. You can do it organically. But unless you already have like an audience, they're ready, it's going to be very difficult for you to stand out in front of all the other people who are putting money on these right now. Okay, so that's the first part, okay? You're thinking, what, there's more? Well, the next bit is actually really, 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 really exciting, okay? And the next bit can either be how you get back in front of these people for a very low cost, or you might already have one of these audiences if you've already been running ads or have a CRM because you've been having business. Perhaps you've been in business for a long time already. You have people who've come to you from before and bought what you've got, and that maybe they need what you've got now. You might have an email list. You might have been doing lead form ads and you've built an email list, or maybe you've got people's telephone numbers. Just so many different ways that you might have built your own warm audience. It might be that you were a physical business okay? And you're in an area where people pass your shop every single day, but maybe they don't know how you serve people. Maybe they don't understand what it is you do. This is incredible for that, okay? You can actually put out very specific ads for like a couple of pounds a day, dollars, euros, just to go into your local area. Okay? Much cheaper if you're a physical business. This is really geared towards if you're online. Okay, so I think that's enough for a minute.